From the ruins of a brutal genocide that tore his homeland of Rwanda apart, came grey matter director Kivu Ruhorahoza's love of storytelling and his gift of creativity.
Right after the genocide, there were so many people had fled the country, especially Kigali, and young men would go in houses looting and things. But my brother was walking around the streets of Kigali and saw all these houses open and just killed. He was, I think he was 18 at that time, and he came across these books that are abandoned in some house, and he took all of them and brought them home. So we had a respectable little library in my house with amazing books. And I read Voltaire when I was 12. I didn't understand everything, but that's when I started. I keep reading it because each year that passes, I understand a little bit more of those books that I read when I was young. I read Mark Twain, a translation in French, when I was 12. I think if I hadn't had access to that high-quality storytelling, I don't know if I would have been here. When I was 16, I watched a really amazing film from Ivory Coast called In the Name of the Christ. I was just going through TV, changing channels. It was a new thing in Rwanda to get so many TV channels, and I was just playing around with the TV, and I saw accidentally this film on a French channel, and I was blown away. I was blown away. So for me, after years of reading really high-quality literature, like Gustave Flaubert, Oscar Wilde, Norman Mailer, I thought that film was a little bit more. The film was complete when I watched that film. It felt complete, and the music, the performances, the imagery. I was just blown away. And a few weeks later, I was trying to watch this erotic film. I was 16, 17. I was obsessed by sex like any other teenager. And the poster was really evocative. There was this naked woman on the poster. I was like, yeah, I'll go and watch that film. And a few minutes later, after the film had started, it was about the film was called La Nuit by a French filmmaker called Tribeca, and it was about a professor of philosophy who gets obsessed by a very young girl, and for that obsession of his, and it was just, and the performances and the way the story was unfolding, it was an absolute knockout of a movie for me. And then that night I said that I'd become a filmmaker. I absolutely have to make this. This is what I should be doing, because I love music so much, and I love storytelling. I love writing, and I love images. I love moving images. So that night I decided I would become a filmmaker, because it feels much more powerful.
Ruhorahoza's film Grey Matter is just the beginning of Rwandan cinema, an industry that is still in its infant stage, but with the potential to educate and move Rwanda forward.
We don't have a film industry. We're still trying to build up one, but I couldn't even get a tripod to handle my camera. We couldn't get a sound recorder. We had to hire one from Kampala, and we had to make our own dollies. We had a wonderful camera and an okay sound, and that was it. So that was really painful, and experience. Experience was my first feature film. I didn't feel that I was prepared enough. I have to admit it. People tend to see the genocide as from just it happening. But there's so much of it was prepared, and it had consequences on the population. But really, what's important for me, because that's the part that I understood, is the consequences of the genocide on our mind, the trauma. That's the part that I lived as an adult, or as an adult in the making. Because like after '94. I just saw so much, and it was overwhelming, and I tried to understand. I'm still trying to understand. There's so many people of my age who who've lost it all. So there's so many people of my age who have lost everything, like the parents, the siblings, the houses, and they don't even have a place to live. So, and who talks about them? Some NGOs try, but those are the people that I know. Those are the people that I spend time with, or that I spent time with at some point in my life. And economically, it's good. I mean, it's good for Rwanda to have a film industry and to have Rwandans own their images or produce their images, produce their own. How to say this? It's important for them to be able to give a visual opinion of themselves, instead of just consuming the images. So I think it's important just as a form of expression, just as a form of art. To be honest, I don't think films are going to change anything. I think what changes the lives of people is just vision and education. And education is a process. You watch a film and then it can have an impact on one or two people, but yeah, if you use it as a propaganda, that's totally wrong. But yeah, I think what changes, what can rebuild the country's vision and hard work and commitment and education. Yes, yeah, that's the only way we can move from where we are to a better place in Rwanda.